Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Best wishes to everyone. Thanks to God, we can carry out the presentation this day. Before we here we will present the result of our search about virtual machine with our work entitled Virtual Machine in Windows 10. Before we start the presentation, it will be nice to introduce ourselves first. We are from first CC8, group 6. First, I'm Alvian Noavadiansyah.
I'm Bilal Adiputra.
I'm Dava Sampurna Ramadhan.
And we start the presentation. First, we have definition of virtualization. Virtualization is a technique for hiding the physical characteristic of computer resource from how other system, application, or user interact with those resources. This resource mean is a server, a application, an operating system, a physical storage, and other main computer or user or other user. In general, virtualization is a way of turning a physical computer or a server into separate virtual machine that can interact independently. In history of virtualization, first in 1967, IBM developed CP40, the first variant of the CP or CMS, which began be used by industry. In this era, it will be developed the first mainframe. In the 1985, Lotus Computing Corporation, in collaboration with IT&T, released the Intel 80,286, a virtual machine monitor. In 1999, the VMware launched and also confirmed the position of the desktop and x86 server as the standard server in the industry. In 2001, Connectric released the first version of virtual PC for the Windows, followed by VMware, launching a virtualization product for x86 server. In 2003, Microsoft launched one of its virtualization product, like a Microsoft Virtual Server, where has used virtualization technology at the machine level. And in 2008, Microsoft launched Hyper-V, codename Ferdinand, and x64 trusted virtualization technology. Meanwhile, in April, VMware released the firmware version 6.5 beta. In the virtual function, is there 4 functions. First is reduce hardware investment cost. In virtualization technology, is a technique to hide the technicality but still present the main function of the existing operating system. In this case, by using virtualization, you will reduce hardware maintenance costs. Second is easy for backup and recovery. By using virtualization technology, it will be easier for us to perform the backup and recovery process. So if you want to store the data on virtual computer, you can simply do backup from one place because our virtual device can be accessed from one computer. Same in recovery process. In the recovery, we only must click the feature for the recovery and the data will be recovered automatically. Third is reduce the heat on device. In the use of server technology, of course, there will be a need for air conditioning. In one server room, at least one air conditioner are needed. And even the server device has small size and is one in number. But if there are many devices, you have to add the condition as because you don't use the physical server, you don't need many or several air condition for maintenance. Fourth is easy to develop. In virtualization, we know is system cloning. System cloning is very important in use on server technology because use cloning technique it will get many advantage on office reducing the IT staff in charge of installing system, so you do not install it again in the new part of your device. Next.
Types of virtualization. First, application system virtualization. Second, operating system or desktop virtualization. 3, management or data virtualization. 4, network virtualization. 5, storage virtualization. And 6, service or server virtualization. Definition of virtual machine. A virtual machine is software on a computer that has functions such as physical computer with complete building components or virtual operating system that can be used on a hardware device along with the original operating system of the device. History of virtual machine. In 1974, a virtual machine was originally defined by Gerald G. Popek and Robert P. Goldberg as an efficient and isolated duplicate of an original machine. In 1990, the first implementation that used virtual machine to solve this problem was the Unix operating system. In 1990, IBM eventually went ahead and developed an implementation of its idea of virtual machine and started selling it as a real-world operating system for multiple user environments. In 1998, a company called VMware was founded, and in 1999, started selling a product similar to virtual PC called VMware Workstation. In 2001, VMware released 2 new products as they branched out in the enterprise market, ISX server and GSX server. In 2006, first generation 32 and 64-bit x86 hardware support was found to rarely offer performance advantage over software virtualization until recently. Types of virtual machine. First of all, there's virtual machine system. It is a system medium to support the sharing of physical resource on a host computer or multiple virtual machines, each of which work with its own copy of the operating system. And 2, it is virtual machine service. It is a service virtual machine that provides an independent programming environment or media programming environment. It generally includes information from the hardware or from the default operating system and performs program execution in a similar way on a certain media.
How virtual machine work in Windows 10. First, must download virtual machine application, and second, open application of virtual machine, and number 3, the virtual machine will run as a process in your application. Number 4, install the operation system you want to use on the virtual machine. Number 5, virtual machine will be managed by software known as hypervisor and hypersearch. And number 6, later there will be key files that make up the virtual machine, including log file, environment setting file, virtual disk file, and configuration file. And the last, virtual machine with operating system ready. Next, kinds of virtual machine in Windows 10. Number 1, VMware. VMware Wireless. Lab is a basic and open source version of VMware Workstation virtualization software. This software is easy to use and is intended for casual user or just want to try new and different things in a virtual environment. And number 2, Microsoft Hyper-V. Microsoft Hyper-V is a powerhouse virtualization software that is often used for server environment. The advantage of Hyper-V is that it is easy to use, highly integrate with Windows 10, which give you the base stability and scalability. And the last, VirtualBox. VirtualBox is one of the most popular open source and free virtualization software that can create and run virtual machine. The advantage of VirtualBox is that it is cross-platform compatible, which you can run on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and it is easy to use. Next, advantage and disadvantage of virtual machine on Windows. Disadvantage, uh, when multiple virtual machines are running on the same host, performance might be hampered. And number 2, network settings for virtual machines are quite difficult to find and understand for casual user. Advantage, virtual machine can provide an instruction set architecture or ISA a different structure from the actual computer. ISA server has an interface between software and hardware. When creating a virtual machine, you create a virtual hard disk, so everything on that machine can crash, but if it does, it won't affect the host machine. And the last presentation slide, conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion, get a modern PowerPoint presentation that is virtual machine is a software when a computer that has function such a physical computer with complete building component or a virtual operating system that can be used on a hardware device along with the original operating system of the device. Suggestion, the author hopes that this paper can be useful and can be used as a reference in discussing virtual machine.
That's all for our presentation about the virtual machine. We are apologize if there are several mistakes or problems that occur in this presentation. Thank you for listening this whole time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.